Yo, what's good? This your boy Derek Branch here of SportsView360.com, covering the New Orleans Saints. And today I just want to talk about some chatter that's been kind of surfacing online throughout social media, Saints Twitter, Saints message boards, even in the media here, here little hearsay in there, and that's the idea of the possibility of Klint Kubiak leaving the New Orleans Saints to becoming a head coach after only one season of um, work with the team as the team's offensive coordinator. Now, as many of you already know, the Saints are coming off an impressive 44-19 victory over the Dallas Cowboys. It is their second week in a row that they have dropped over 40 points in the game against an opponent. A lot of people weren't sold on what happened against the Carolina Panthers. But the following week against the Cowboys, a more tough opponent, a more difficult opponent. Cowboys had one of the best teams that at home that playing at their home place. They got beat soundly, and with this victory, has led a lot of Saints fans to worry about Kubiak going to another team to become a head coach. Um, and it is based on just still not having confidence in Dennis Allen, even though he's showing that he's turned the corner this season. But my thoughts on that is that I'm not telling you how to feel or anything like that, but I think we should just enjoy the moment for right now. Enjoy the ride for right now. It's only been 2 weeks in the season. Only been 2 weeks. We getting a small sample size of what this offense look like. I know that the sample size we got is exciting. This is the most buzz I've seen on the New Orleans Saints since 2018, 2017, 2009, 2011, 2019, 2020. Those teams had the media talking about the Saints like this. Those teams, this how explosive those offenses were. Some offenses were better than the others in recent. In if you want to make comparison to the years, but Clint Kubiak has got this thing rolling, and I think worrying about if he is going to another team after the season, after only 1 year of work with the Saints, should be the last thing we should be concerned about. If he leaves, he leaves. That's just the nature of the industry right now. That's just the nature of the NFL, especially now that the league is, offensive dominant. Um, not saying that a defensive coach can't win a championship because they still can. It's just that when you have a defensive minded head coach, an expert like a Dennis Allen as your HC, you're gonna have to deal with this. You're gonna have to deal with and especially if you're winning. If you're a winning franchise, you compete for championships, which a lot of people expect the Saints to return to based on what we see right now. Your staff is going to get poached, especially if you have um, good coaches on offense. It's not just Kubiak that's doing a really good job. You also got to give credit to the rest of the coaching staff on offense. The offensive line coach is doing really good. The tight ends coach, the receivers coach. That's a pretty much a brand new staff on the offensive side. You know, so don't just give. Kubiak deserves a lot of credit, but the rest of that staff deserves a lot of credit as well. And Dennis Allen deserves a lot of credit as well because Dennis Allen is the guy that presented the opportunity to Kubiak because he wasn't at the helm calling those plays in San Francisco. In Minnesota, when he was under Mike Zimmer, he was fired. In Denver, He was fired as well, you know. But if he leaves, he leaves. If this turns into, I'm not trying to jump the gun or anything like that, but if this turns into a Super Bowl run where the Saints are playing in New Orleans for the championship and then win it, let's just say they win it and he leaves, oh well. Enjoy the run, man. Enjoy it. But you should have this team. This if that happens, this becomes a hot destination for coaches, especially young assistants, young play callers. And the Saints should not have no issue finding another guy that could come in and produce somewhat on a level of a Klint Kubiak, because this offense that the Saints is running is being ran around the league. They're not the only team that's running it right now. It was originated in San Francisco. It's being ran in Houston. Um, the Packers run a version of it. All those guys come from the same coaching tree. The McVay Shanahan coaching tree is being ran in Minnesota. All those guys are running the same type of offense. There may be different variations of it, but it's all the same. You know, so they should be able to find a replacement. I think Dennis Allen has learned his lesson on how important it is to find an offensive coordinator, a really good offensive coordinator. Because this move should have happened 2 seasons ago when it didn't work out the first time with Pete Carmichael, but he decided to retain him and bring him back. Imagine if this move would have been made in Dennis Allen's first year after it didn't work out with Pete Carmichael. Imagine how far along this team would be right now. You know, but what's done is done. Lesson learned by Dennis Allen. But in regards to where he could land, that's a lot of places he could go. You know, the Giants could be a spot. The Bears, um, Carolina. Carolina. I know they hired Dave Canales after only one season, but their ownership has been known to fire coaches have known to give coaches a very short leash. The Jets could be a spot. Imagine if Imagine if Klint Kubiak was Aaron Rodgers' offensive coordinator right now. Imagine how much better they would be instead of Nathaniel Hackett. The Bears with their offensive line. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. And then you got to take into consideration they're not, Kubiak may be a hot name right now, but there's still others out there that are going to be well ahead of him, like Ben Johnson in Detroit. Then you still got the possibility of Bill Belichick coming back. You got Mike Vrabel out there and a few others. And then we don't even know if Kubiak is going to consider those jobs the right opportunity. Just because they're out there doesn't mean it's the right opportunity for him. You know, Dallas could be a destination for him because I'm pretty sure that Jerry Jones paid close attention to how the Saints put on that clinic yesterday, and probably pondering in his mind of maybe we should get this guy pairing with Dak Prescott. I'm pretty sure he's thought about it. He's going to be thinking about that. That's if the Cowboys struggle in the playoffs again. You know? So there are going to be opportunities out there for him. But just because there are opportunities out there, that doesn't mean he's going to pounce on it right away. We should have learned that from Ben Johnson. When Ben Johnson was pretty much in Klint Kubiak's shoes last season in the same spot where he turned around the Lions offense and he was the number one candidate out there, but he decided to come back. You know, so To me, man, if he leaves, he leaves. But if not, come back and he comes back to the team, that'd be great. But right now, man, after 2 weeks of the season, I think that should be the last thing, Saints fans should be worrying about. And that's, worrying about if you can keep Clint Kubiak, because the narrative could change on the dime. God forbid if a player gets hurt, a key player on this team gets hurt. This whole thing could get flipped upside down. And then we're back to having them same old conversations about Dennis Allen, Mickey Loomis, the ownership, Gail Benson, Derek Carr sucks. Why this happening? Why they didn't do this? We back to all them conversations. It could change on the dime, you know. So I don't think. And then another thing, we still don't know how this team going to respond to adversity. How this year's team is going to respond to adversity, because there's going to come a time where a really good offense, a really good defense is going to be able to challenge them. Going to be able to, slow down what the Saints are doing. There's going to come a time where they're going to have struggle. They can struggle. The defense can struggle with a quarterback, dealing with a certain type of quarterback. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Then if that does happen and they don't adjust, they don't adapt, then maybe the buzz might wear off of Clint Kubiak. You never know. But right now, he's the guy that a lot of people are talking about. But as for me, I'm just gonna enjoy the ride, man. Enjoy the ride. If it turns into a Super Bowl run, that'd be great. If he leaves to become a head coach, I'm fine with that as well. But because that's the nature of the industry. That's just the nature of the industry, man. Sometimes you gotta pounce on it. You gotta strike while the iron is hot. You never know. Defensive coaches, really good defensive minded coaches are gonna get their staffs poached all the time, especially if they have good play calls on offense. You know. But after 2 games, man, I just think we just chill, enjoy the moment, take it week by week, one game at a time, enjoy it, have fun, because this is the first time in a long time that it's been fun to talk about Saints football. It's been a long time since the national media, has looked at the Saints in a positive light. So we gotta wait and see, enjoy and see how it all play out. So there's that. All right, so I'll have you off right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. What are your thoughts on the possibility of Clint Kubiak leaving the team after only one season as offensive coordinator to become a head coach somewhere else? And also check out sportsview360.com/Saints. Latest content on Saints organization. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.